Hey, what's up? My name is Jordan Morrison, and this is episode 32 of It Is What It Is. And there's a lot of haters out there, and I'm one of them. I'm a pretty big hater. And I'm a big hater on Dak Prescott. I'm sure he's a great guy, and I don't want to put bad energy out there, but I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not our quarterback. Dak Prescott should not be an NFL quarterback. And I'm telling you right now. It's really unfortunate because I believe the Cowboys will see him out for his career, and we won't see a Super Bowl while Dak Prescott is our quarterback. So just want to put that on record again. I've said it before, Dak is not our guy. And I want to see him do well, and I want to see him be happy as a person, but he's just not the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is known for football, and I'm telling you right now that I would way rather go to a Stars game than go to a Cowboys game. So there's my little rant, there's my little hate. But last week's episode got tons of hate. I got hate on TikTok. I post one video on TikTok, and I got mad hate. I had people telling me, like, honestly, you should just quit. This is the worst thing I've ever seen on YouTube, which is a huge statement. There's some awful things on YouTube. But some other people said some mean things. I can't even remember. But what I do remember is my cousin Parker had my back. And my cousin Parker made my week. He commented and was like, dude, I don't know why they're hating, but like, don't listen to him, keep going. And it made my day. He's the sweetest guy I know. So shout out Parker, never change. You're the best, man. And can't wait to see you play some football here soon. I know you got a bye week this week, but my cousin Parker's a shit. And I hope you have a cool cousin like Parker. So that's just a little bit about haters, me being a hater, me being hated on, which that is totally cool. It's totally fair. It's acceptable. I get it. It's not the best podcast, but it is what it is, baby. What else do we got going on? I was fortunate enough to tell one of my favorite stories of all time. And when I was saying it, I was like, you know what? I've got to tell this story on the podcast. And this story is about how a girl shit all over my apartment. It was like 5 years ago, and I was living with my roommate back in California. And when I think of this story, I can still smell the poop in the house. And where do I begin? So I was seeing this girl, and she was like, hey, my sister's in town, and you should bring your roommate over. We'll make you dinner. We'll have a good time. We'll have some drinks. We'll party. We'll go out, and we'll all hang out. And I'm like, yo, sign me up. That sounds dope, right? Like, make me some dinner. Let's have some drinks. Let's have a good time. My boy gets to come. My roommate gets to come hang out, and your sister's there. So I sell it to my roommate, and we go over, and we're having a great time. We're eating some food, and I'm like, yo, like, her sister's super attractive. Like, my boy got a shot here, feeling good, feeling dangerous. And we have some drinks, and we go downtown. And this is where, like, it starts to kind of flip. We go downtown, and the sister who was hanging out with my roommate, she got a little too drunk. Like, she was like flashing the bar, and she was like, had her top off, and like everyone's having a good time. So we end up getting back to our apartment, and she was like running around drunk and talking about how she felt like she needed to throw up. And she like runs inside our apartment, and she like lays down, like she had never been there before, but she like sees a bed. It's my roommate's bed. She lays down, and she throws up everywhere, like on the bed, on the side, like on the floor. And I'm like, oh, damn, like that sucks, you know? So her sister is like helping her, like, you know, we're all helping her. And her sister gets her like changed and cleaned up and like put her in some of my roommate's clothes. My roommate is like, you know what? Like, y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go stay at a friend's house. So he leaves and she goes to bed and then we go to bed, right? So the girls, the sisters, they had to be up early to go to Tahoe. I remember this vividly. They had to be up at like 6 a.m. So I'm sleeping and I get woken up by the sister. The sister's holding like the clothes she had slept in of my roommates and like sheets and stuff. And she's like, hey, where's your washer and dryer? And I'm thinking like, oh, she just wants to like clean up the throw up or whatever, you know? And I tell her, I'm like, don't worry about it. Like, I got it. She's like, no, I really like, I want to start it. I'm like, okay. So she goes and starts the laundry. Her sister gets up, they leave. And I don't know if you've ever been hungover, but the first thing I need to do when I'm hungover is I need to go take a shit. So it's like 6:30 in the morning and I'm waking up and I'm like rubbing my eyes. I'm like going to the bathroom and I get into the bathroom and I sit on the toilet. I'm sitting on the toilet just like this, you know, like I'm like wiping the hangover off my face and I'm sitting there. And I'm like, dang, I'm looking down at the ground. I'm like, somebody like tracked a bunch of mud in here. Like, that's a lot of mud. And I'm looking around and I'm like, dang, they got like mud on the walls and like, this is awful. This is so much mud. And like, I look and I can see like mud smeared like with somebody's hand. And then I'm like, it's starting to click, you know, cause I'm like hungover and it's like not making sense. And I'm like, oh no, like, I don't know if it smells like mud in here. And I'm like, if I pull back this shower curtain, you know, it's right next to me. I'm like, if I pull back this shower curtain and there's poop in there, I'm gonna lose it. Sure as shit, I pull back the curtain and there's poop in the shower. And I'm like, no way. So I'm looking around and like, there's poop smeared on the wall. And I get up because I was trying to poop in a normal place, in a toilet, not like on the walls and on the ground and in the shower. So I go and I investigate and I can see like that there's like poop, like droppings between the bathroom and my roommate's room. And I'm like, oh, this girl must have like shit herself in the middle of the night and like panicked, didn't know what to do, was probably like trying to like hold it in like basketball shorts or whatever. And like had never been to this apartment, didn't know where she's at, like looking for a light switch, smearing it on the wall, and was probably trying to like take a shower and like clean up, and then realized like, we have to go to Tahoe. We have to leave right now. And she probably panicked and tried to do as much laundry as she could. And you know what I did? I called them. I'm like, hey, you got to come back here and clean this shit up. Like, your sister's shit everywhere. So the sister, the girl that I was seeing, came in super apologetic, started cleaning it. And I was like, no, tell your sister to come in here right now. And her sister came in all embarrassed. Like, she had all the excuses. Like, I think I tracked it in on my shoes when I came in. And we were like, we remember what happened to you. Like, we weren't as drunk as you were. There's no way that that's what happened. And so then I started like teasing her, but I made sure. And if she ever sees this, I made sure to let her know it was all good, because we've all been there. We've all been the person that shits all over somebody's apartment. We've done that. We've been there. I've been that guy. So I tried to make light of it, and I tried to let her know that she was still gorgeous and it's just natural. But the sister cleaned it. The culprit sister, she sat on the couch and ate Starbucks. And I don't know if there's any time that I ever have Starbucks and I don't think about what a power move that was, that they went and got Starbucks, came back, and she ate a Starbucks croissant thingy and watched her sister clean her shit. And those sisters got to be like, they got to be tight after that. You know, they got to be, that had to have brought them closer. And for that, I'm thankful. I'm sure they're thankful. And I hope they're doing well. I hope they laugh about that like I do, because it was pretty funny. The funniest part though, I went to reenact it to the boys after they came over, like my brother and like some buddies came over, and I was telling them like the same story, you know? And I went and like laid on the bed to reenact like her throwing up or whatever. And I laid in shit. Like I didn't clean it all up like after they had left. And so joke's on me. I laid in the shit too. So I told that story this last week, and I was like, you know what? The podcast needs to hear that story. That's where I'm going to tell this story. So that's the time somebody shit all over my apartment. And shout out to my roommate for having a good attitude about it. I miss that guy. I miss having a roommate, because like somebody's there, you know, somebody's there to share those experiences with you. Somebody's there to laugh with you, to hear you bitch and moan. And, you know, sometimes when it's just my cat having to listen to me bitch and moan, then it's not the same. It's really not. And like I said last week, might get a dog, you know, but I need a yard. So that's what I had going on this last week. I had a awesome photo shoot with D Fresh Productions. His name is Doug Brando, and you can find him online. You can find him on Instagram, D Fresh Productions, and he does some awesome work. He does awesome videography. He does awesome portraits. And if you can make me look good, that's saying something. And this guy crushes it. So DFW area, the guy you need for your project, whether it's video, whether it's photos, it's D Fresh Productions. And I'll put his in the description. So I want to give a special shout out to him for hooking me up with some awesome photos. We got another photo shoot on the books with some friends as well. I know people are reaching out to him. So he's staying busy. He's here in DFW. And if you need some photos, you need some video, hit him up. He does some great work. And it was like your boy's highest engaged content for photo. So he's doing some cool stuff there. He's collabing with other people too here in the area for some sports stuff, and he's doing it. He's got some high level equipment, and it's cool to see the progress and everything. So hit him up if you're looking for some photos. That's about it for me. I'm gonna go work on this track that I'm working on, and that right there is a cool thing to say. I want to take a moment to kind of soak that in, because for a long time in my head, I thought it'd be really cool to have a podcast. It'd be really cool to make music and try to be good at it. And this is me trying to be good at both. So shout out to me for doing that shit. So I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.